So, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. مادة يا شيخ مردون. Welcome to this channel, Sufistic Mystic, broadcasting to you today about the sun exaltation, Akik, sun exaltation stone, Sharaf al Shams stone, which is stronger than any moldavite if done correctly. And we will be talking about 4 different types here. Fakes, I don't know fakes, but yeah, because be warned, out there are some fakes or whatever. We will go through that, right? But this is a very strong manifestation stone. If done correctly, it is a very, very, very strong stone connected to the sun, balancing all the sun matters. Victory, respect, abundance are the topics. Big time, more strong than any Bitcoin. Bitcoin can fall tomorrow, after tomorrow. The sun will rise until the end of days, right? Yes. So, as we all know, or some of our DIY practitioners out there, they know the sun exaltation is around every year around the 7th to 8th of April, or sometimes the 9th. But this is the time, right? And this is where one can make these stones. So here is the present for you guys. I really calculated it for this year. This is 2026. It is Spanish time, Central European time. So if you are somewhere else, you have to change the time. So it's 9 p.m. In the evening on 7th April and 51 minutes until 8th of April, 10 p.m. and 40 minutes. This is where the main peak of the exaltation takes place, right? With that said, we are already in the time of the exaltation, because all the time when sun is in Aries, it is exalted, right? This is a very special one because still Jupiter is exalted. The peak, it's over. The Jupiter exaltation, the main point, the exact degree is over, but we are still in its exaltation, right? So we had now one Sharaf al Shams exaltation of moon, which was super strong because there were 3 planets exalted, yes. So those who are not in the courses, maybe they missed it, or they just began, they maybe missed it. But we had the 3 exaltations. Yes, it was Sun, Jupiter, and Moon at the same time. But no problem. This is a very special Sun in Aries time this year. We will have another exaltation at the end of Aries, of the moon. So again, 3 exalted planets will be there, yes. It's also special because the moon will be 2 times new moon in Aries this time, right? So new beginnings, new startings, big time for this kind of manifestations, right? Yes, super special. So those who know also how to charge the orange akik, right? They can do it in this time, right? There is also the possibility to pre-order it now from me, yes, because oftentimes the observation is sometimes if a person has a good sun birth chart, they will manage to make that exaltation stone, right? Or it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm sharing this because you can also write other talismans that I'm sharing on the YouTube video, on the other YouTube videos in this time. Yes, it is for the intentions I told you, right? Abundance, respect, glow, right? These kinds of things. You can write talismans if you don't know how to do the Sharaf al Shams, and it needs some preparation. Yeah, because oftentimes then there will be like blockages on that day, and people will forget. Even people who are doing it a long time and have befriended the realities of the sun, yes, it can be also that they experience something like this. So this is also where a lot of willpower and clarity comes in. into play. Yes, if you have the real willpower and you really say, okay, this is important, you may do it. Yes. Other than that, yes, let's come back a little bit to the sun exaltation stones, the Sharaf al Shams stones. It's possible to have a red akik or yellow sapphire. It's also good. Orange akik or red, yellow, orange akiks. Yes, this is possible. And once empowered, I mean, the observation is like that. It starts like on a very cellular level, right? Because the stone, if you are fine enough to tune into the stone itself, can bring the wearer like joy. We call it cellular joy. It starts in the cells and then slowly comes into the consciousness, right? You can feel it, but maybe until it's like coming into the heart and coming into the brain, it may take some time, yeah, some weeks or months, right? As this is a deep work, right? And then, I mean, it just transforms the life into the better. Yes, sometimes people also experience some kind of a detox from it, so things might get, they call it the banish also, may get a little bit worse for a week, for 2 weeks, a month or two, depends on the person, and then get better, right? This is also to be considered, right? And this is very sustainable process because all the bad things are leaving the person. Like it's a detox. So the sunstone is like you have a little bit of the sun with you. It will make the sun glow and probably also produce some kind of vitamin D3. And all the parasites that don't like the sun have to go. All the subconscious programming, all the dark beliefs that don't like the sun have to go. So it's a detox stone. It will bring about, they say, also luck, right? So it will bring about synchronicities that are in alignment. Yes. And as I said, this is without the so strong negative effects like of Moldavite, for example. Yes. Moldavite, people can die, animals can die, things can break. Sun is more, it's a warm, yes. So those who are having, as once again, the courses prepare the orange akiks. This is one of the exaltation stones where you also will see a change in the stone, right? It will be usually, if one gets the akik, it will be a pale orange one or something like that. And then after the preparation of the exaltation, in the exaltation, it will really start to glow, like also for the physical eye. It will change its appearance. This doesn't go so much for the other exaltation stones, yeah. But for this one especially, as it's the sun, it's mubin, it's clear, it's visible, it will have an impact on that stone as well, right? So big transformation. Use it. Kings have used it. It's all around the ancient knowledge, the Sharaf al Shams stone. It's very present from all the exaltation stones. This is the one people know. Yes. Yes. So now we're going to talk about 4 different like grades of exaltation stones. Yeah. Because there are many fakes. I said it in the beginning. Fakes and not fakes. For example, yesterday one of my students, he sent me a homepage. They sell stones. Yeah. So they also have test beads and prayer beads and stuff like that. Yeah. And then I looked a little bit on nice stones, very nice stones. Apparently very good quality. But then they have like, for example, it looked like that they have the green akik, brown akik, whatever, red akik, and then they have the Sharaf al Shams tespih. Yeah. So that is where I realized in the Near East, in these kind of countries, orange or yellow akik itself is just called Sharaf al Shams, right? Like in the back in the days, everything was called emerald, which was green. So Moldavite would be an emerald. Emerald would be an emerald. Green Chalcedonian would be an emerald, right? So everything that was green was an emerald. So this is the same concept, because it costs the same. It costs like 250 or something like that. And like the green, like the brown, and then the Sharaf al Shams, it costs the same. And the good thing here is, if you read in the description, sometimes they don't even claim it's empowered. They just call it like that because this is the name, how they learned it. Oh, this is the Sharaf al Shams. Oh, it's orange akik. And this is no criticism to those people, but I want to make you aware, right? So it's a high quality, maybe orange akik, and the reality is also that can be used to befriend the sun. But it's not the Sharaf al Shams as we know it, which is empowered in that time in 1 or 2 hours. Yes. And it's not only the work in that hour that is there, but there has to be a preparation. As I said, there can be time of 1 or 2 lunation to have that preparation. Some people, after 1 year, they even cannot manage to make that one. Yes. So that is very not easy to bring around. Yes. So this is the first kind of Sharaf al Shams, right? What they call Sharaf al Shams. Yeah. And as you see already, good quality akiks, they may cost from 50 to 200, 300, right? Depending also on how many they are, right? So then we have the second type of Sharaf al Shams, which is sold out there. Yes, the second type of Sharaf al Shams, which is sold, is like in a ring form, and it has the engraving, right? Also, when we look in the descriptions, it doesn't say it is empowered. Yes. Which is also totally fair. Once again, it has the 7 seals, Suleimani seals, and it's a little bit still, again, a little bit more powerful. It has these manifestations a little bit more. Yes. It's a valid, because I'm just here trying to explain to you that Sharaf al Shams, they call it many things. Yeah. It's like also Ismi Azam. But that's for another day, maybe. Yeah. Yes. So that was just engraved, maybe by hand, maybe with a laser cutter. It has the engraving. Okay, it's a little bit more potent. It has some of the more manifestations. But in the descriptions, it will not say, okay, it was empowered in the time, right? And then there is, okay, we have a fifth group. Yeah, because then, of course, people will say, okay, it was empowered in that time, but it's not to be trusted. Yes. And they will make the engraving and so on. And it's not to be trusted. And it doesn't matter the price. It can be very cheap, but it can be also very expensive. Yeah. Really know the persons, trust the persons you get it from, right? And this is not, so even that it's written there, it's not necessary that it's true. Yeah. And then we have the fourth kind of Sharaf al Shams stones, which is, yeah, for example, a practitioner will get 100 or 1,000 or whatever, 50 stones, and he will do one ritual on all of them, right? Like simultaneously. And that's, I think, the second best thing to get, yeah. Because there are different also techniques, of course, to empower them. And yes, one technique is the 1 by 1. This is the highest, best thing. This is like, until now I have been exceptionally doing those, right? I didn't make this second grade thing until now. Not maybe I will do it in future. I don't know. I think this is valid, and it has a certain energy. It has a certain potency, but it's not. It's like still, if you have one stone, one drop of energy, and you separate into the energy is divided by 100 or 1000. So there is a little bit less power. Whereas when you make the one, this is also what I teach. So the practitioners I am teaching, they will do these kind of things usually, right? The one stone, one ritual, and then you can, and you have, because in that time you have the sun hours, right? And there is maybe 1 or 2 hours which are the strongest ones. So then again, you can just do in this 1 hour or 2 hours, I don't know, you can do 5, maybe 10 in my experience, stones. Yes, so it has a very strong value. You can only make this once a year, once again. And people are saying, okay, this is expensive here with me. But honestly, I'm rather preferring to give these stones to some, yes, benevolent, good-willing jinns or something like that. Yes, than to give it cheap away. It's like, it doesn't make sense, right? Or I keep it, and it's like increasing the energy here. Because the entities know, and the angels of nature and the heavens and the earth, they know the worth of it. They will, it's a better investment than to sell it. Yes, this is also what I say to people to do it if they are like, if they know how to do those stones on their own. This can transform landscapes, cityscapes. Yeah, it's very potent. So these are the stones which are like made one by one by one. Yes, very strong. So I would recommend one of the two, either the first grade or the second grade, right? When someone makes 100, okay, they can also sell it cheaper then. That's totally fine also. But this is something to consider. Yeah, consider. And definitely the best thing is to try to do it on your own. Yes. Once again, this is for the courses. Also, my experience is like, before you make a Sharaf al Shams, you need a talisman. Before you make or get a Sharaf al Shams, you need a talisman. Because the Sharaf al Shams is not so much about protection. A little bit, but not so much about protection. And I also saw some people, they cannot even hold it because the light is too strong. I gave it to a person who cannot hold it, right? These are exceptions. This must be usually these kind of people don't watch this channel because they cannot even click on the video. But I'm just saying, it's very potent, right? So what else to say about the Sharaf al Shams? Yeah, if you have the ritual, you have certain things to smudge and stuff like that. This all I make in the details in the courses to what to recite. I can just say here for this one, it's like Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. You can recite that one at least if you don't know what to do in that time. Oh, 11:11 time, good timing. Yeah, so I think that was my take on the Sharaf al Shams. Yeah, and with that being said, the ones from last year, all of them I sold, alhamdulillah, or gave. I don't know if I guess so. I will do some, but if you want really to order through me, it's better to pre-order now. Yeah, so I can prepare and I can reserve the spot, because a part of me is thinking, okay, this Sharaf al Shams, I will do a little bit of other things, like more specific things, yeah. Because it's a valuable time. I know the value, and it's like, okay, sometimes I'm thinking, you want to share this time? Yeah, I know it's good to share it. So that's here the possibility, and the more know how to do it, the better, because this is for the whole humanity. Bringing the manifestations, the tajallis of Allah's names that are connected to the planets, to this reality is a very strong and important process we are in. This is the best. Yeah. So like, subscribe, everything in the description below. Hit the beads, check the talismans. Yeah, you can also make fairy talismans in that time. And have a nice day, have a nice, wonderful sun exaltation time. Like, subscribe, did I say? Okay. All the best. See you in the next video.